Hello and welcome back to Confessions from the Back Seat. I'm Andrew Dean.
I'm Carl Royle.
And our producer is the fabulous
Christian Royle. Did I nearly forget my son's name then? He's still not got his own microphone though.
Christian. I'm gonna let the I was gonna say I'm gonna let you down gently, but I don't think you're his favourite.
He's an only child. Have you got any stories?
Well, I've had a few issues this week, and I kind of want a bit of advice. Not advice, but what would you do in the situation?
I've got to say, You have rang me on more than 2 occasions in the last week or so asking for advice.
Well, you know when you do something and you think, oh, well, that's all right, and then you do it and then you think, oh...
How do you feel?
Oh, have I been an idiot?
You're doing impressions of me now.
I know, we're spending far too much time together. It's not good.
Well, you did upset me yesterday.
I did, why?
No, genuinely, you did ring me up for some advice.
Yeah.
I gave you the advice, and you didn't like the advice I gave you.
No, you did, but you constantly berated me and laughed at me when I was genuinely wanting a bit of advice. That was all.
You were being a bit vain.
I wasn't being vain at all. It wasn't. But anyway...
Can we move on? Go on, what did you want advice on?
Well, what would you do in this situation? So, I get my chores, because...
Claire, you get your chores?
Well, Claire goes to work and she says, oh, don't forget...
Okay.
You must get this. Don't forget you're taking the dog to the vets today. And I'm like, oh, right, well, that's new to me, but there we go. So I take the dog to the vets. Now, we've got a chocolate Labrador, is just over 1. So, chocolate Labrador, little boy in tow. So I've got a 3-year-old chocolate lab going to the vets.
You've got a 3-year-old and you've told him that his dog's made out of chocolate?
Yes. He's tried to eat him a couple of times. Just mouthful of hair. It's not good. So, we go to the vets. Now, it's one of these vets that's in a big pet shop. So, you've got to walk through the pet shop, go up some stairs to the vets itself. So, we're walking through and Oliver's stopping to look at different things.
Is Oliver the dog? Or is Oliver your son?
Oliver's my son.
Okay.
Teddy is the dog.
See, obviously I knew that.
Yes.
But our listeners didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you see, I don't... When I've spoke about Oliver before, I've just called him the little boy. I've not really said his name. But so Oliver's stopping to look at toys and stuff, the squeaky stuff, and Ted's here. So we go past, and as we're walking down the aisle, there's all the cat food. Now, I think Ted has a moment of weakness and decides to do a bit of a dirty protest. So he pees up the side of the cat food.
Okay.
Right? So, being a conscientious owner, I then go, oh, come on. So I try and find somebody. Right?
Okay.
So I'm looking around the store. I've got little boy in one hand, dog in the other hand, walking around, trying to find somebody in this store to go, really sorry.
I know what you did. You found somebody. You said, I'm really sorry, but I've just noticed somebody else's dog just peed on the cat food.
I would have said, I'm really sorry. If I needed to have paid for them, I'd have paid for them. And
okay.
So, I can't find anybody. So then I think, I'll go back to the scene of the crime. I walk back, and as I walk back, no word of a lie, there's an old lady just about to step in it. And as she steps in it...
Please don't say you said, I've just done that.
As she steps in it, she slips and slides, grabs the wall, and holds on. As I'm walking back with the dog, and then she starts... And I just walked past and went, it's disgusting, isn't it? So...
Yeah, but you know what? If Oliver would have been a year older, you can guarantee, because you know I've got an 8-year-old, you can guarantee you would have gone, our dog just did that.
Yeah. Luckily, he didn't say a word. He just was complicit with the lie. Now, would you have gone, really sorry, that was my dog, trying to find someone to clear it? But I was rushing. I was trying to get the little one to the vets, and And I just went, yeah, it's disgusting, isn't it? It's terrible. And I just carried on. And
Had she hurt herself?
no, she didn't hurt herself.
So do you want my honest opinion of what I would have done?
Yeah.
Ran. I would have been out there. I wouldn't have even gone to see the vets. No, you don't take responsibility for things like that, do you? Anyway, I had an experience this week.
An experience?
Yeah, in fact, a couple of experiences, which... Now, I've just realised this might make my life sound slightly more glamorous than it really is.
Well, last time you talked about going to York in a hostel. So, I mean, are we talking less or more glamorous than that?
I think on first listening, it's going to sound more glamorous than that.
Oh. Do I need to, like, curtsy or something?
Well, we've had a couple of incidents of dealing with the television in the last few weeks. Nothing to do with my work.
Crime Stoppers?
Nothing, yeah, something like that. Well, there was two, but I'll talk about the one from yesterday.
Yeah.
Where I just had to amuse myself. So a little bit of background.
You amuse yourself in front of the cameras?
I certainly did. Yes.
Okay. Explain.
I will explain.
Go on.
It's really, this isn't a story about me. It's about my daughter, who goes to a school that's been featured on a television programme on Channel 4.
All right, one of these documentaries that go into
schools.
Yeah.
And it's called Educating Greater Manchester. So if anyone's ever seen that, it's you can get it on Catch Up or anything like that. And to cut a very long story short, last year she was made head girl. So
Yeah.
proud dad and all that. And one of the episodes really featured Rebecca quite a lot.
Yeah.
And then for the first time ever, this production team decided they were going to go back to the school and they were going to do a follow-on.
All right, like a revisit and
a revisit, go through everything. And because of the way things have gone, certain people seem to be featured more than others.
Yeah.
And it seems that Rebecca has ended up being featured
Well, she
quite,
gets a look
quite
from
a lot.
her mum, doesn't she?
Absolutely. And a talent. And she doesn't wear a cap. So anyway, it's yesterday, and if you live in England, you'll be able to match up the diaries with this because it was all on the news. It was results day.
Yeah.
So one of the things the TV company wanted to do was a little bit of before Rebecca gets her results, what happened at home, and now I've not been on the programme at all. Cheryl's voice has been on the programme before.
Yeah.
I think the back of my head when we were watching her show was on one of the programmes.
Right. Were you wearing your cap?
No, you could see the ball patch and everything.
Was that pre-cap?
Yeah, it was pre-cap.
Yeah.
So
we have 2 dates in the podcast. We have pre-cap and post-cap.
So anyway, we had a camera crew come round to the house yesterday morning.
Oh, very nice. Was it like early morning or was it?
No, early morning.
Oh, God, right.
About, well, she was going to pick her results up about 9 o'clock, so
Yeah.
they came round just before 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
set up a few cameras, and they said, just be natural.
That's the worst thing to say.
So it's a bit like this,
Yeah.
and that's what made me smile in one way, was that it was just be natural, and like the way we just have a chat. So the first thing that Cheryl pointed out, who's my wife, is that I'm never in the kitchen at that time of the day.
Yeah.
And then she
You
starts...
never wear clothes in the morning.
Never wear clothes in the morning and fully dressed. Looking a lot smarter than I am now. With a shirt and tie. Nothing else, just a shirt and tie.
Yeah.
And then she starts asking me questions on camera, like
Oh, Cheryl does.
yeah, are you going to be making tea tonight, darling? And I'm like, yes, of course.
Did she turn into the royal family as well?
Oh, she did, yeah. Is it okay if I go out with the girls at weekend? Oh, yes, darling, yes. And I cottoned on straight away to what she was doing.
Yeah.
And I think I clipped my accent a little bit.
Right.
The camera crew, they just didn't really have a sense of humour. They didn't know how to take us at all.
Yeah.
So in my head, I just had this thing where I thought this would be funny.
Right, go on.
So...
Did you do your elephant impression?
White-eared elephant. Have you seen this, kids? You can't say that. I just thought I wanted to mess with their continuity without them realising I'm doing it. And hopefully this will make it to camera, because
Yeah.
if it does, it will make me laugh. So I make a cup of tea,
Yeah.
or a cup of coffee in a normal coffee cup, as you would do in a mug.
Yeah. Regular size.
Regular sized mug.
Yeah.
And we're talking, and Rebecca's sat there doing her makeup, and we're supposed to be asking her, is she nervous? And don't worry about it, and I'm sure you'll get the results that you need to get into
We'll love you
college.
no matter what.
Yeah, don't worry. And all the cliches.
You're still our favourite.
I mean the cliche. But these jokes I'm just not making in case they ever listen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Because she doesn't know she's adopted.
Carl, that's awful. That your son just looked over your shoulder and just looked and went and shook his head as though to say, what are you going on about?
Oh. Anyway, Rebecca, you're not adopted. Just in case you or your friends happen to be listening to this.
But you should have been jumping up and down going, thank God for that.
But your dad did mess with the TV company's head.
Yeah.
Because I've made the cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And I made sure that I positioned myself halfway in the kitchen. So I'm between the cooker and the unit.
All right.
So I knew I had space to go backwards.
Yeah.
And then what I did, I made another cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And I swapped the mug over.
Right.
For an espresso cup.
So you look like a giant.
So I just look like I've got exceedingly big hands.
Look at the size of his hands. How big is that cup?
Because 1 minute, he's like they were growing. Because 1 minute I've got a normal cup, and if they do any cut away and come back, the next minute I'm going to have this espresso cup. And it's like, Mr. Royle, could you move further away from the camera? You've got exceedingly big hands.
The Mr. Kipling of hands.
Nobody, and I was really proud of myself because I did it on purpose. And I really, really hope when that goes to screen that it shows that they've made, because I think that could get past people that they wouldn't quite notice.
Yeah, you've got to be.
But then at some stage, someone's going to realise that either this cup has shrunk or his hands are growing. He's going to just keep.
It's going to mess with all them people that are watching. They've got OCD. They're like, oh my God.
He's like the old joking. How small is he? No, he's not small. He's just a long way away. So it's that amused me anyway. And then the other one, two episodes of TV stuff. We went to see a program which is called Ninja Warrior UK.
Oh, is that where they do the assault course?
The assault course thing.
Yeah.
It was, and this was an experience. So we got tickets. You didn't have to pay for the tickets. We got them. It was part of our staycation that I think I mentioned in the last episode. And you had to do quite a lot of queuing.
Yeah.
Oh, I met a great bloke. in this. I'm going to go off on one now. Trevor. We love Trevor.
Yeah.
So we just happened to be queuing up, and I'll talk to anyone, as you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're really quiet normally, aren't you?
I'm quite quiet. So I start talking to this bloke, and where you from? And he was from Blackpool.
Yeah.
Went, go to Blackpool, and I'm a member of a magic club there. And then...
Did his eyes glaze over as soon as you mentioned it?
Totally.
Like, oh my God.
So anyway, it turned out he worked at Madame Tussauds.
All right.
The Waxworks.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know they've got quite a lot of new exhibits in there. So... we were, as part of the staycation, we were going to go to Blackpool the next day or the day after that. Dear, and he went, whenever you're passing, make sure you mention my name and just pop in, I'll get you in.
Right. What's he called?
Trevor.
Right.
Trevor.
Anybody going to Madame Tussauds, Trevor's the guy.
So what's funny? Yeah, well, no, this is a thank you to Trevor, because... I must have spoke to him for 5 minutes. That was it, because the queue started moving. We all went, and for some reason his name stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Probably because I'd put it in my phone.
It does tend to happen, that, yeah.
So it was like a couple of days later. We're in Blackpool, and we walk down the thing, and we get to Madame Tussauds.
And Trevor stood in the window.
I think the kids and especially Cheryl, have either forgotten or want to forget about the fact that I've spoke to someone who can get us in for free. Now, it's not cheap to get in.
No.
For a family of 5, it was going to cost well over £70 to go in.
All right.
So I did that thing where everyone walked on except me. And I say to one of the blokes, is Trevor in? No. I could see everybody just wanting to hide and be embarrassed. Oh, Dad, Dad, don't do it. Dad, do it.
Get swallowed up by a hole.
Do you know what? Trevor came out.
Get away.
Trevor came out. They got him on the radio, and he said, "It's brilliant to see you. I'm so glad that
but
you've
you
asked
can't
for
come
me."
in.
No, and he let it come in.
Did he?
And yeah, we got to go all around. It was and it was great. It was good. But that thing of meeting someone for 2 minutes and taking advantage of them was. Now we did actually have some mutual friends as well. I knew his ex-brother-in-law.
Right.
I find out a lot about people within 5 minutes. So anyway, thanks, Trevor. Big shout out to him. Trevor. I tell you what, some of those dummies are creepy. Funniest thing that happened. I wasn't even going to mention this. So, for anyone listening in America, you might not know, but there's a soap opera program called Coronation Street.
Everybody knows what Coronation Street is.
They do in England, but about half our listenership now is in America.
It's like Dallas, but more realistic.
Yeah, so it's set on the cobbles of Weatherfield, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's this very short story, but this made me laugh. So there used to be, a long time ago, a character called Deirdre Barlow or Langton, or it depends how old you are to what you remember.
Langton?
Yeah, that's going back a bit further.
Was it?
Yeah, same character. And a waxwork of her is sat in a pub. Yeah, and she's got her arm out. So as if it's along the back of the settee.
So you can
thing.
slide in and have a picture as though she's got her arm round you.
And no, because there's another waxwork.
Right,
who's sat as if she's got her arm round him.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm looking over and going, well, I know my old Coronation Street. I don't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going, but I don't know that character.
Right.
And I'm looking at this character. I'm looking at him and I'm staring, and all of a sudden he moved.
Did you shit yourself?
He was just a punter, and that was the idea. You sit there, and I'm thinking to myself, you can't stand still that long in here because people think you're a wax dummy. No, it's true. I didn't
that's
even.
Amazing.
It was good. Thank you, Trevor. I've got to say, we had a great time.
Right.
So it's. Anyway, Ninja Warrior. So we'll get into Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
It's the most contrived thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Now I will put some pictures on the Facebook,
right?
Because I've got some genuine pictures. We did this, took all of them. It was brilliant.
I don't think anybody's doubting that you were stood in the queue.
I'm just making
were
this
stood
up.
in the queue. Honestly,
do you know what? Just started making this up. Do you know what? I'll cut to the chase in the end. We had a brilliant time.
Yeah.
But, and it's a massive but, everything you expect, if you've not been to see a TV programme made before,
yeah,
and I've been to a couple, but this was the most contrived thing.
Really?
Because everyone's gone in to watch this assault course thing, and you've seen it on the TV.
Yeah.
And we had, in fact, even before we went, I think Izzy was watching a couple of episodes. And everyone cheers in the right places. And, well, of course they cheer in the right places, because they make you cheer in the right places. So the first hour of being sat there was listening to the warm-up man telling you how to react to everything that happened. So if someone falls in, you've got to go, ooh, you're not allowed to laugh. We support everybody, no laughing. And when they go to a certain place, we've got to cheer, hooray! And there's no spontaneity in any of it.
Really?
At all. Every single part of it is contrived.
As a contestant, though, I'd feel awful at that.
So when they come out the top and then they do a 3, 2, 1, where everyone goes 3, 2, 1, I remembered the words. Called back from last episode. 3, 2, 1.
You got them in wrong order, though.
And then, probably. We don't know where they're going to go out, do we? So it was. What was funny for me, it starts off, and when you see it on the TV, everybody. So you think that they're going to have good people in this, don't you? That are going to be good at assault courses.
Well, yeah, you'd think so.
Now, I'm not exaggerating, but I reckon the first 15 people didn't get past the first obstacle.
No way. How long were you there?
Oh, it seemed like about 12 hours. And that's one of the things that happened. So there was... And then Dave came out.
Dave?
Oh, I've remembered his name.
No.
I remember his name, the way that we were going, Dave.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm thinking Dave's a superstar.
Dave was... Well, I've remembered him.
Yeah?
Because everybody else literally couldn't get past the hopping thing where you jump from one pod to another and cling onto it. And then even if they did, they got to the trapeze and just went straight in because they couldn't hold their own body weight. Right. So Dave comes out. We've been there about 2 hours. We've not seen anyone get even up to where we are.
Was he
We're
glistening?
about halfway. No, he was like a beanpole, Dave. He was
he?
Yeah, light guy. And he starts off. Now... I've got to say, whether they did this on purpose, I don't know. Whether they just put loads of rubbish people so you feel that it's rubbish, and then all of a sudden they send out Dave. Because Dave was amazing. I even think he's amazing now. He flew through it. And there was a little bit of trauma as well.
Crush on Dave.
Oh, Dave. Yeah. And do you know what? He got halfway down and everyone's at it. Dave. And it was the first bit of spontaneity because we'd all been falling asleep and being made to cheer these rubbish people. And so anyway, he gets to the wall and it's beat the wall. And Dave runs up to the wall and he runs and he gets to the top. It was like someone scoring a goal at a football match. The whole place erupted. And it was like we thought we'd seen this amazing thing, and then everybody else that came after him just finished it. It was like they had used absolutely rubbish people at the start
to build it up,
just to build it up, so you got this amazing atmosphere when someone did. But as the programme went on, everyone realised it was a con.
Yeah.
The atmosphere was a con, and people started to leave, and they had to bring people from the other side of the stadium over so that it didn't look half empty. But then we got to a stage. We felt like we'd been there about 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then the warm-up man said, "Please, keep getting behind the contestants. We've only got another 8 to go." And it's like you go, and you've got to, and you feel like you've got to give everyone the same enthusiasm.
Yeah.
But what was interesting then they sent another guy out, and he's going to be the superstar. He got through to the final the year before, and he literally hops over the first thing that everybody's been falling off, springs like a
gazelle
thing that springs onto the next platform.
Yeah,
and all the lights went ooh.
What did they do?
Ooh. And
I wish you could see his face.
And it went, and he got disqualified.
Why?
Because there's a rope that's hanging.
Yeah.
And he didn't need the rope, he just jumped past the rope. But then they tell us, you've got to touch the rope. And so, what does everyone do then? They start booing, don't they? They're booing the judges.
Yeah.
Boo, boo. It's so pantomime, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But what's funny is, in my head, because I've watched everything else, I'm going, I bet he does that in every show.
Yeah.
You can't trust anything that you're watching.
We've both been fortunate enough to do bits with TV, and you know yourself, nothing is what it seems on telly.
No.
You know, you see people and they're like, "Oh my god," and you think that must be the 20th time they've done it.
And then the last guy that comes out, this is the thing that gets it. You've seen all like 20 people at the beginning that can't get past the first trapeze.
Yeah.
And this bloke literally hops along it and then goes up the wall when everyone's going beat the wall, runs up the wall, turns round, grabs hold of it and hangs from it crucifix style, so he's facing the audience, gives the camera a wink and does a backward somersault onto the platform behind him.
Well, that's just showing off, isn't it?
And you just go, well, surely that's what everyone should be like. And it was, and you walked out feeling, I've had a really good time, but it's contrived is the best word.
But you seem to have enjoyed it. I'm looking at you now, and you're all pumped, and you're all, you know.
Do you know what I'm going to do next year?
Have a date with Dave.
Well, no, I'm not going to have a date with Dave.
Oh, are you going further?
I'm thinking of applying.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to go on?
I want to be the oldest contestant ever.
Listen, if you do it, you've got to go on and you're running stuff and you flat cap.
Flat cap.
Oh, God, yeah.
Can you imagine it?
Yeah.
Do you think the listenership would go up?
I'd listen.
Right, anyway, you've been listening to
Confessions from the Backseat. Don't forget to follow us on all the social medias, and if you want to email us, the email address will follow a little bit later on. And my name's Andrew Dean.
I'm Carl Royle.
And our fabulous producer is...
Christian Royle.